Boo-doo-doo. Boo-doo-doo.
We're streaming now?
It should live happen, but I don't hear the noise.
Is this 86?
This is 86.
You know that's slang, right?
What is it slang for?
It's like restaurant slang
What is it?
for cancel.
86?
Mm-hmm. But this is like the opposite of cancel.
This is like forever.
Because we're still like, we're at the top of what we've ever done.
Yes.
We wouldn't cancel at 86. It's like that Cat Williams bit. He's like, if you still selling weed and it's 2016 and you ain't moved up to cocaine yet, we keep it pushing around here.
Yeah.
We keep it pushing around here. Anthony,
Yes, sir.
drop that fucking that theme song on these motherfuckers. Oh, turn that shit up. I might even need a little more volume. I don't know. I got this.
Oh, you got the remote.
I got this. Episode 86. We out here. Love and Chokes podcast. It's your boy, Keebler. Love and Chokes Jiu-Jitsu located in the beautiful, glorious CLE.
Boom.
I've got my man Anthony behind the switches, making everything happen for us here. It's been a long and beautiful day. And it started out underneath a bar for the most part.
Yes.
And now, we're sitting at our private bar.
Yes.
As every day should end.
Yes. With a nice
You
beverage.
work your fucking nuts off. From the second you wake up, and to the second you are finished with everything you could possibly do. And then, cocktail.
Have a beverage. Adult beverage.
Inappropriate cigarettes. Iranian tobacco on the way.
There you go.
It's how we relax. And I deserve it.
It's about to get Chernobyl up in here.
Get my what?
It's about to be a Chernobyl up in here.
Why are you so quiet?
I'm not that quiet.
You are.
Am I?
Speak the fuck up.
It's been a long day. I had to record my second time today.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
We'll discuss if you want.
Yeah.
We'll discuss if you want.
Yeah.
We can get right into several things. But first,
Cut the music.
let's kill the music.
Bow. It's over. It's done. The music's here.
The first is a somber thing.
Yes.
And I'm not going to make it too heavy because these things do happen. But today, 3 professional wrestlers passed away. And I made a joke today in my Instagram feed that was saying that 2.9% of the reason I want to get back in a wrestling ring was to show off my brand new thighs.
Mm-hmm.
But that's a joke. I take pro wrestling really seriously. It's perfect. I take pro wrestling really, really seriously. I look up to the people that do it. I admire them. Like on a level that a lot of people who aren't into wrestling can't understand. Like, if I say I love wrestling and you say, oh, you mean that fake shit? I let it slide. Because, like, I just see you as a person that doesn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Because it's not that fake shit. You could say that about any TV show you watch, any fiction that you read. What it is a very special art done by very unique people who probably don't fit into society, who have found a way to make a living while entertaining people instead of ripping them off, maybe. Because essentially, the root of wrestling is carny culture. And so instead of robbing you, we're making you clap. That's the theory that I think of, like, when I think about pro wrestling. And so 3 men who did that job for a long time passed away. One, unquestionably a legend, Nikolai Volkov. Another, Brian Lawler, a.k.a. Brian Christopher, a.k.a. Grandmaster Sexay. And the last, lesser known, did some work in the AWA, did some work in the Texas territories, like World Class. Had a cup of coffee as enhancement talent in the WWE, Brickhouse Brown. Rest in peace, gentlemen. Rest in peace. And now, Anthony,
Yes.
let's have a relatively normal episode.
Okay.
So let's start with the confusion that I experienced today.
Okay.
So today,
Yeah.
I thought we didn't have to record an episode.
Right.
I'm happy to do it,
Okay.
obviously.
Yeah.
But we recorded 2 episodes on Saturday.
Yes.
Why do we do that?
So you might have misunderstood me. And I just went along with it, but I said like I'm gonna be gone like not today, but next Monday through Thursday, whatever it is. And so I guess I just went along with it. I'm like, all right. So you said we're gonna do one tomorrow, so we can just be a schedule ahead. So regardless of that, we can just do one every day, except for Monday of that week of next week. So we can do one today. That'll come out Saturday. Saturday's one will come out that Monday, and then we don't have or that Wednesday, and we don't have to do one Monday.
Kaboom!
So yeah. So it still works out. It's just that we'll be a little bit behind for the viewers in the earphones.
Aw.
Yeah. So they'll be behind on news because it'll be like, oh, this shit already happened. But you guys will be back up to it. So we'll have one day of no recording, and then it'll be fresh back to our normal schedule where things will come out relatively in sync with news.
You're just so busy.
Yes.
You're just so fucking busy.
I don't want to be.
Work is stealing you away from me.
It's not that fun.
I need to make more money. So I can just be like, stop going to work. We're working on that. So this morning,
Mm-hmm.
your boy went to fucking strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
This is the last week of gymnastic strength training.
What session are you already in? Like, what is like the schedule you are in so far?
What do you mean?
Like your cycle.
So I'm in the gymnastic strength section.
Mm-hmm.
This is the last week. Next week we start the barbell section.
Yeah.
And then there's 4 weeks of that. And then 4 weeks of high intensity conditioning.
Okay. So 16 weeks or 12 weeks you have?
It's 12 weeks.
12 weeks. So you're in the first third of it done. One third
Yes.
of it done. Okay.
This week I'll have a third of it done.
Okay.
No misses, no
Yes.
fucking slack.
Woo.
And today I got intimidated.
Mm-hmm.
I got scared for a second. So we're doing back squats. And I do singles, like one squat
Mm-hmm.
just to warm up. I start 135 on the bar.
All right.
Go up to 215.
Yeah.
And then I do 185 for 2 sets of 5. Right? And granted, I weigh 142 pounds today, 143 pounds today. So then he's like, all right, 185, as many reps as possible. If you get to 20, you stop. That's what we normally say.
Mm-hmm.
He never mentioned the number 20 today.
Okay.
He was like, all right, as many reps as possible. And I was like, maybe he just forgot to say stop at 20.
Yeah.
And then he said it again. Like, all right, as many reps as you can do. And I'm like, I'm doing 20. I just said it out loud because I was like, fuck that. I'm doing 20. I get to 6.
Yeah.
And I start to get lightheaded. And if you watch the video of me doing it, which is
Mhm.
on Facebook, you see me take a deep breath. It's because I go, I'm trying to figure out, like, am I being a pussy or am I about to pass out?
Right.
Because it's getting wonky.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? I can do this. And my trainer wouldn't ask me to do something that was too dangerous for me to do. It's not that kind of training.
All right.
I'm not going to my max. Like, I'm not doing my max single.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I get through it.
Mm-hmm.
I do all 20 squats. But fuck, was it brutal. And it was scary for a second. Like, I was worried. But then once I got to, like, 15, I was like,
Easy.
got this.
Yeah.
Got this. And I crushed it. It was just another one of those psychedelic moments behind, like, underneath those weights.
Right.
Like, I really encourage people to do that difficult shit you don't want to do. Like, if there's an activity that you know for a fact would bring you a benefit and you're too chicken shit to start, fucking start. And don't just start, commit to it. Because when I started trying to work out, it wasn't shit. When I decided that working out every day fucking hard was the new standard, that's when I started seeing results. So, fuck your goals, raise your standards. It's a faster way to progress, in my opinion. Just a little piece of an idea.
Giving you some tips for free.
Just fuck goals. Standards are the money. And right now, somebody's like, "Ew, but you have a beer and a cigarette in your hand."
Can't
And I'm
say-
like, "Well, you're fat and lazy. Fuck off." Like, fuck off. I've been doing this since I was 12.
I think you're gonna have to step it up. I don't think you can't use that anymore. Beer and a
What?
cigarette. You gotta start doing something else to make people.
Start doing heroin?
Yeah, you gotta start just like because you said it. You already said it enough. You gotta say something else now. You gotta step it up. You gotta step it up.
No, we're not adding vices. We don't need to do that. Though it would be funny if I started like winning international shit again and like I'm doing heroin the whole time.
Just like, yeah.
I mean, that wouldn't be funny. That's
it would be
Look.
it would be funny.
Yeah, it would be funny.
Yeah, it'd be funny. It's like man,
To us.
yes, to us.
It would be funny to us.
Yeah. I'm sure it'd be funny to some outside observers too. They'd be like, "Oh, that's hilarious." Or
Or not those people that criticize my weed smoking now.
people criticize your weed smoking.
Yeah, remember that dude at the tournament?
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
different.
You're not really smoking these blunts out here, bro.
He has a matter of opinion on technique. It's like it's like the arm bar. It's like everybody has like their own like idea of what an arm bar should be. It's like it breaks the arm, right? Well, some are just are more of a snap, and some of them are more of a stretch.
That's a really good point.
Yeah, that's all it is.
I'm a fan of the snap. But here's the problem with the fucking snap. It's kind of all or nothing, dog.
Yeah,
You either have it or you don't.
right. But for you, in this instance, you're fan of the stretch because that dude's a fan of the snap.
Yes. In this, if you switch the metaphor over to the blunt, I'm a stretch smoker, and this dude's like, "You ain't smashing them blunts properly, dog." I was like, "What? Aren't you older than me and white?"
He said,
No, I'm
"Yeah,
kidding.
man." He said, "Yeah, man. Get the best kind." Because I can say I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah.
That's another great inspiration. Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Like always, but even more recently, I've been going back and watching the interviews from the time where he quote unquote came back from Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Some powerful shit that dude was spitting, man. Like, I'm sure I've said it before on the podcast, but if you have not seen Dave Chappelle Inside the Actor Studio episode, you are fucking yourself over. It is a powerful episode. And some people say that there's other interviews that are better.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. Here's why.
Okay.
He wasn't just talking. He knew. He was very conscious of the fact that he was teaching. Both of his parents are teachers.
Yeah.
So when he's in front of this group of students, acting students, directorial students, he's trying to use his story to prepare them for the world they are about to attempt to enter. It's not like he's just talking to Oprah
Right.
and trying to tell the basics of the story and get a few laughs. He was trying to get to the heart of the matter with these guys. And when you watch that, when you watch somebody be revealing, when you watch somebody be vulnerable,
Mm-hmm.
that's the shit that inspires me. You tell your mountaintop story with your chest out if you want to. But when you tell your story with your heart open instead of just your chest out, you feel me?
Yeah.
Then you have my full fucking attention. That's what pops me. That's what inspires me. Like all the Big Willie stories. It's like there was a guy I used to know.
Mm-hmm.
It's more accurate to say I knew of him.
Okay.
He was a very close friend of a very close friend.
Okay.
His name's Sam De Leon. And he was a boxer. And Sam would be like, "Hey, man, that's your story. And you can tell it any way you want." And that was his way of saying, "You full of shit, but it's cool."
Yeah.
That's your story. And you can tell it any way you want. I don't want to hear those stories. I want that real shit. And that's what I try to give you guys with this podcast. Like, I think some of my friends who, one, don't listen to the podcast
Okay.
will be like, "So what's your podcast about?" And I'm like, "It's a personal journal, really." And they're like, well, it's the name of your brand. And I'm like, yes. Yes, it is. Because at this point, if you don't fuck with me, there's no reason for you to fuck with the brand. You can. You can buy a shirt.
Yeah, money's nice.
You can have a sticker. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Come to the academy, take a picture, write XOXO on all your shit for a couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Hashtag love and chokes for a couple weeks. That's cool. I appreciate that. I really do. But I need to know who really fucks with me so that I can really fuck with them. I'm not looking to make 1 million fans. I want to find out who really fucks with me, who's behind me, so I can get right behind them. You hold me up, I hold you down. That's the law. To that.
Yes. Clink, clink.
So what else is crack-a-lackin', Anthony?
Let's see. Did my first work podcast, which was kind of boring.
Aw.
Yeah, it was a podcast about interns' experience, and I had to basically do like an interview format question and kind of like run through it with them a few times. Like, hey, so how did this go? Blah, blah, blah. All right, how did this go? Blah, blah, blah. Okay, that sounds pretty cool. I remember when I was like that. Blah, 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 blah. So it was just like a quick, and it's like when you have like people. There's one guy who was really good at it. Like he was actually really entertaining, and he made it really good.
Yeah.
But a lot of other people are really
Now,
hard.
do you have to have a certain length to the podcast?
It has to be 30 minutes. 30
Fuck.
Yeah, 30 minutes. So there's no.
I was like, just have the fucking interesting guy on.
Yeah.
And cut the rest out.
No, I get requirements where of what has to be. It's like more of like a production show,
Okay.
like below the belt kind of sort of thing, where like you have like more of a like guidelines.
There's segments and
Yeah,
guidelines.
so that you have to have those guidelines. So
Ew.
yeah, so I'm handcuffed. Also,
Yeah.
I got a note written to me about how bad my parking was. Somebody like
Oh,
yeah,
they put a note in your car?
yeah, like they're like an asshole.
Like,
yeah.
go fuck yourself.
It's like basically it's like Donald Trump when I wrote the note is like this, like worst parking job I've ever seen. Who taught you to park? Not a good job. That's literally what it said. It's probably somewhere still in my car.
Not a good job.
And I'm like,
Sad.
that's about it, though. Nothing really exciting in that aspect, though. I wish I would have caught that person out there. I always wanted to have a conversation with them, like, hey, man, like, what's going on? Like, how are you living today?
You out here leaving notes on cars?
Yeah, like.
You leave a note on a car if you hit it and you're in a hurry.
That's what I thought happened. Because I had to park awkward because somebody else parked awkward, and I was just trying to get in and get out.
That's the worst.
Yes.
So, like, some motherfucker takes up a spot and a half.
Yeah.
And so now you take up like a spot and a quarter.
Not even. I'm still in the line. It's just that person is just.
But you're real tight to the line.
Yeah, I'm real tight to the line.
Then the person that you fucking avoided pulls away.
Yeah.
And some new person pulls up and thinks you're the biggest fucking Mark asshole in the world.
Yes.
You're like, who parks like this?
Yes.
And it's like, let me tell you a story about oppression. See, you don't understand the history of what happened in this parking lot.
Yeah, you don't. Some other black people came in before me, fucked it up. As I was walking away, I saw these black people leave, and then you pulled up, and then you coming in here thinking like it's my fault.
And now you're judging me.
Yeah, you don't know how it was.
You don't.
I was trying to be a good person, but now, fuck it, I'm just gonna park wrong everywhere.
I'm gonna fucking park across ways.
Yeah,
I'm driving.
Like I got like a Lambo, just 3 lots.
I'm gonna act like it's a Bentley.
Yeah.
I'm gonna park the 2005 Sentra.
Yeah. Right there.
Like it's a Bentley. I'm gonna take up 4 spaces, dog. I'm gonna park it like the center.
middle. Yeah. And so I'm going. Yeah.
Yes, that's the new goal.
Yeah, that's a good goal to have. Just
Start treating the Sentra like it's a Bentley.
And then people just
Get real mad if somebody scratches the car.
What the fuck? God damn it!
It's like your car's covered in scratches. Be like, yeah, but that's a brand new one.
Yeah, I remember this one. I know I can date each and every scratch on here. That was from 1997. That was 2005. This one was when my dad got drunk. But yeah.
Oh shit.
Let's see. Other strange things going on. So this Jared Gordon was involved in a street fight with gang members that nearly cost him 3 fingers. So he was on a 6-fight win streak, I believe. No, 5-fight win streak. I don't know
what weight class?
Let's look it up. I'm not 100%
It's
sure.
real talk. I don't know who he is.
I don't know who he is either, but if he was on a 5-fight win streak, good for you, man. Jordan Gordon. MMA.
Not Jordan Gordon Levitt. There we go.
Yeah. Let's see.
Jared.
Oh, Jared, that's what it
You
was.
son of a bitch.
No, their website's down. Fuck you.
Well, fuck the UFC website. What about like Sherdog or whatever?
Yeah, let's go there. So 155. Yeah.
Oh, he's a Henzo guy.
Yeah.
Respect.
So
Fighting out of Queens.
yes. So he was out here, just hanging out with his buddy, and they were just talking. They were getting ready to go in a coffee shop, and these two guys come by, spit on his friend, and try to swing on him. So him and his other buddy jump in and start beating this dude's ass, and then like they push the dude in the window. Glass falls.
And that's how he got his fingers.
Yes, and like he has like 26 stitches. So
Oh shit!
show you the video first.
All right, so
We're
we're gonna do a Keebler breakdown on this shit.
Yes. So I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's the friend that gets spit on. Yep.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
They just walked up on these dudes with some attitude.
Yeah.
On some bullshit.
Yeah.
Nice knee. A nice knee. They clinch up. Oh,
Yeah.
there's the glass breaking.
Yeah. So that's what gets his hand, and then
But he still fights through it.
yeah, he still fights through
Then
it.
the people whose glass that was come
Yeah.
outside to
Like,
see
what's
what the
go-
fuck
what's
is going
going
on.
on?
These dudes are really scrapping out here.
Yeah. So
Okay.
So apparently it was like
That's some fucking bullshit. Now, did they know these dudes?
they had no idea who these were. These were just random gang members. Like they were just like I believe they were just, if I'm not mistaken, they said Crips. I think Queens Crips or something like some shit like that.
Okay. Now, were they in the gang or are they trying to get in the gang?
They never confirmed what happened because
Because people say gang members.
fight were members of the
It could literally just mean like brown people.
GS9 Crips. That's they were specifically a Rikers correction officer like witnessed the fight and said that these two members were GS9 Crips. So I'm guessing this guy knows his stuff about gangs in New York.
Still though, like, can't you walk to the store? Can't you just like see some dudes who aren't trying to fuck with your shit, who aren't trying to earn money
Yeah.
on your street, and just walk past these motherfuckers? You gotta spit on dudes and swing on dudes?
I mean, like I said, I don't have that same mindset.
Now, honestly, I think a lot of this shit has to do with the fact that it happened in fucking New York City. And you know that for the most part, dudes don't have the hammer on them.
Yeah.
So you're like, you know what?
You could just pull
You
off.
see a civilian, we can spit and swing on sight.
Yeah.
Well, guess what, bitch?
Not in Ohio.
You might swing on a UFC fighter. It may not go the way you wanted it to go. The fuck? And you certainly don't do that shit in Ohio.
No, you just get shot.
I'll tell you this. You set off firecrackers too close to me and people that like me, and somebody might get the hammer.
Yeah, it might just be like, wait.
I'm serious.
I know.
This just happened.
This just happened?
Yes.
Really?
Yes. Yes. It was like, are you setting off fire? I'll be right back. And then I was like, what happened when you went outside, dog? I was still tending to whatever I was tending to. I'm
Right.
not going to talk
Yeah,
about it too much.
Gotcha. No, you're fine.
But he was like, hey, I said, stop doing that shit and put those beers away. No fireworks and beers around this,
Okay.
motherfucker. And I was like, okay.
Cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
The hammer wasn't pulled,
Right.
but the hammer was in clean and plain view.
Yeah, he's just like, what's up?
Now, what happens when you spit on dudes and then you come up with your hands and I come up out the waist?
Whoa. What are you trying to do that for?
People need to stop being reckless. Like, I'm not even saying don't fucking gangbang, honestly.
Right.
I'm not even saying that. Obviously, I don't fucking advocate for that. But there's a way to fucking conduct yourself. I don't think gangsters need to randomly involve civilians in their shit. That wasn't like, oh, let's rob these dudes. That was like, let's punk these dudes. Why are you punking civilians? They're civilians for a reason. They're not gangsters. So why are you pulling up like, what's up? Spin your face, swing on you. And especially you're swinging that fucking nonsense.
Yeah.
Pussy ass. Seriously. Pussy shit. No respect for it. Never will. I don't understand that shit. Like, there's a way to conduct yourself if you want to be in that outlaw life. Think of it in jiu-jitsu terms.
Yeah.
There's a way that you roll with someone that you know is a competitor. And when someone comes in and they're like, yeah, I've been trying this out and, you know, I've got 5 kids and a wife and I do this for about an hour a week.
Yeah.
Do you beat that dude's ass?
No.
Do you fuck him up?
No.
No. So what the fuck are y'all doing? It's obvious what you're doing. You attempted to do some pussy-ass shit, and it didn't work out the way you thought it would either. And so good on Jared. Sorry I didn't know your name.
Yeah.
Good on him. I hope his hand recovers.
So what happened was that he.
What had happened was, you got to say it
or
right.
What had happened was because it's
otherwise
true.
I won't understand you.
What had happened is that 1 week after that happened, he slipped on the escalator and reopened all his stitches again.
Shut the fuck up!
Yeah, so that's why they had to restitch him again.
God damn!
And that's part of the reason why he lost his last fight, because he was still just recovering from the stitches. And he's like,
Oh, that's pretty gnarly. And there's
Yeah.
an infection right there in his
Yep,
knuckle.
Yep.
You got the straight MRSA right there.
Yep.
I've seen that hole before, the hole of doom.
The hole of doom. You don't want nothing going in there.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, so there's that.
You got to lance and drain and pack that shit.
Yeah,
And packing a knuckle?
that's hard.
I can't even imagine doing
That's
that.
hard.
Keeping that clean would be a bitch.
Yeah,
So, Mr. Gordon, heal up, dog.
yeah.
And I appreciate that you were there to stand up for your friend.
I'm trying to find the one that was gonna be interesting for us. Oh, the whole issue with the 12 to 16 elbow. Not that one, not this coach one. But
No, you're talking about that
Yeah.
UFC fight that just happened.
yes. So what happened was, so the reason why we get upset and apparently we didn't know exactly what.
I think you clicked on the wrong thing.
No, this is the right one, because it kind of explains why he stood him up. So Kamaru Usman tweeted out at Mark Goddard saying like, "Hey, like you fucked my homie, fuck that referee. I don't want him
For
to,
that moment.
for that moment." But
There were other moments where Mark was fucking up.
right, and he did, and so
I don't think he fucked up in this exact moment.
I didn't think he fucked up until I knew that he was trying to he clawed at the ear and grabbed the fence to like hold himself up, like
He clawed at the ear.
that's what it says. Clawed the ear and then threw the 12 to 16. He held the fence, clawed the ear, and threw the 12 to 16 elbow. I didn't know he was grabbing the fence, so that makes sense to me now that why he threw away the position on top of the. Because if it was just like a regular penalty, they just usually say don't do it.
But the 12 to 6, they disqualified John Jones for that.
Right, but there's other times where people say, "Hey, that's a 12 to 6 elbow. Watch out." There's been other times where people do.
Okay, so the referees are inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's
So-
what we know.
Yeah, that's what
The
we know.
referees aren't exactly sure how to handle that.
Right. And so that's why I was like, okay, this seems kind of weird because like everybody else is either you're out or just as a warning, don't do that.
See, I think if you throw something that's illegal, restarting the position isn't criminal.
Like me starting from a neutral position?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not criminal because it doesn't matter if it lands or not.
Right.
Like, you had the intention of doing something illegal. Now,
Mhm.
I've talked about this elbow a million times. Should that elbow be illegal, in my opinion?
No.
Fuck no. But it is.
Yes.
But it is. So if you do some illegal shit, we going to start over.
Yeah.
I don't think that's crazy. Like, if we're on the ground and you punch me in the dick,
Oh, for sure we're starting over.
we're starting from the feet.
Yeah.
If it was up to me, if I were on the bottom,
I'd
I'd start
punch
on the top.
And so I punch you in the dick first. That's how I start. That's how
How
if it was,
dare you.
if it was for me,
Be
I
like,
just,
warning.
we're even now. We're even. Let's fight.
We got to slow you down, too, cuz.
Yeah, so hey.
I'm not the only slow nigga out here.
He said, "No, man, I'm not having my testes popped because you want to punch me. No, I'm punching back."
But yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have a third fight.
I don't know.
I mean, they were talking like they weren't,
Yeah.
but I think they will. Because one, what exactly do either of those guys have to do right now? Do you want to see Eddie versus Conor?
No.
Do you want to see Eddie versus Khabib?
Yes.
You do?
No, wait. Oh, Eddie versus Khabib. No.
No, maybe you do.
No. Wait. It'd be interesting, but no.
No, don't fucking go back on it just because I
thought
said you do.
No, I said you said Conor. That's why I was confused.
No.
Okay. If it's Eddie versus Khabib.
Wait, you don't want to see Conor versus Khabib?
I do want to see that. That's what I was saying.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
So here's my point. I don't want to see. I'll just speak for myself.
Okay. Go for it.
It's just safer that way.
Okay.
I don't care to see Dustin Poirier or Eddie Alvarez versus Conor or Khabib.
Okay.
I honestly believe that all those fights will be foregone conclusions. I think Conor murks both dudes
Mm-hmm.
again,
Yeah.
and I think Khabib murks both dudes too.
Yeah.
So you're kind of in a limbo,
Yeah.
and neither of your fights, in my opinion, had a truly definitive ending. Because weird shit that doesn't normally happen, whether you think it was justified or not, shit that doesn't normally happen that had the ability to change the momentum of the fight happened in both your motherfucking fights.
Yeah.
Can we just get a clean fucking fight? Can we just scrap and have it be normal?
Yeah.
Fuck's sake. Getting weird stand-ups. We're throwing 12 to 6 elbows. Grabbing the fence is normal.
Yeah, grabbing the fence is normal. But Mark Goddard's not. Get out of here.
I mean, he's no Mario Yamasaki.
No, he's not, but...
He's no... Wait, what's the really bad
Eve
one?
Levine?
No. Steve Mazzagatti
Steve
is the
Mazzagatti.
worst. Mazzagatti is the fucking worst.
He'll let you get your ass whooped on.
Beat.
He
He will let you get that ass beat.
said, hey, cutie ring girl, what's going on? And then he
Man,
just,
I watch that shit and I'm like, it's a good thing I coach jiu-jitsu. Like, I did my 2 little amateur MMA fights. I had to feel that fear.
mm-hmm.
Getting punched in the face. Getting hurt. Someone trying to hurt me, not just trying to beat me.
Right.
It's a different thing. It's a totally different thing. And someone trying to hurt you, not outside the bar. Because when dudes get emotional and heated, honestly, they're easy to beat the fuck up. Like, it's easy. Especially if they don't know how to fight. Oh, my
Yeah.
God. What are we doing here? Like, seriously. Easiest way to tell a motherfucker to know how to fight, he gets close to you and tells you he wants to fuck you up.
I'm going to fuck you up.
The second he's, I'm gonna fuck. Well, guess what?
Guess what? You're going to lose.
No, it's not that. The deduction at that point is very easy for me.
Yeah.
You're very close. You say, I'm a fuck. Well, here's the thing. There's nothing you're going to say after I'm a fuck that's going to be happy for me. Like, I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to fuck you so good. Like, nah, bro, you're not. Like, so no matter what you're going to say after I'm a fuck.
I'm going to fuck that pineapple.
I'm going to lock my hands around your body.
Yeah.
You will be elevated. There might be a concussion on the way down. It's going to be ugly for you. Like, nobody should be that close to a human being.
Right.
Like, Big J posted this fucking thing today where it was like, it might have been yesterday, where there's this black chick and she's on her phone and she's like, in today's episode of Stay the Fuck Out of My Personal Space, this lady right here. There's a lady like way too close to her. And the lady makes this like appalled face, like, oh, me? And she's like, some people just don't know how to say the fuck out of other people's space. Like, it's so fucking funny. But yeah, like, I don't know. Maybe the best way to start a fight is the way those dudes did it in that fucking bullshit.
It's just like,
Spit and throw.
say, hey, man, hey, pussy.
Because, like, when you walk up on somebody and start talking all your shit, you're in a very vulnerable spot. Like, while you're talking, you're probably going to get dropped by a person who knows how to fight. A person who doesn't know how to fight will instantly start mimicking your behavior back to you. So if you're like, what the fuck? They're going to be like, what the fuck? No, you back down, bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, they go back and forth. You see 2 dudes jawing at each other?
Yeah.
Guarantee you, both have thrown punches. Neither knows how. I don't talk. I don't even leave the house.
Yes.
So if you start yelling at me in a public place, I don't, like, wait to think, like, what should I do? Like, I just eliminate you.
So, good to know for everybody else out there in the world.
You're just going to get eliminated. Like, be nice or be far away. Like, if you're close enough to touch me and you act aggressive,
hey, man,
you're going to the floor and violence is coming your way. And I'm not like, that's not like, oh, tough guy talk. That's normal. It's like, because even though you just might be upset, you are too close to someone very tiny. That's how I see it. If you move into the space where I can touch you and you can touch me, and you're not like, I love you. You're like, fuck you. I'm like, uh-oh.
Officer,
Down you go.
He slipped and fell. I have no idea why these footprints are all over his neck.
I'm just saying, I have a very low tolerance for that kind of bullshit. In the sense that I just don't tolerate it.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, Mr. Kansas Law Dog. But law just don't go around here. You savvy?
You ever seen that bit where what was it? It was like I don't know if it was a stolen bit or not, but it was Carlos Mencia's bit where he's like talking about
It's stolen.
yeah,
Fuck Carlos Mencia.
probably.
Let's not even put him over.
All right.
But no, tell me the bit.
So basically, it's like like that one guy tried to open up the plane door when it was like in mid-flight, and everybody beat the fuck out of him.
No.
Oh, okay. So it was like a while back in the day. There was like some guy who was like having.
I literally never saw this dude's show.
No, I know, I get that, but it's like there's like a real life like incident happened.
Okay.
Like dude was having a heart attack on the plane, and he was having a heart attack. So, and
And he tried to open it?
yeah, and they just beat the fuck out of him.
And
Yeah.
they shoulda.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab a beer.
Okay. But basically, what it was is that like it's like they're like there's like explaining what happened because it was like
Can you show me the screen? Am I fucking it up? I'm like right in front of the goddamn
you
camera.
probably
Okay,
are.
I'm just gonna scoot
Just go past it. It's not a big deal. Essentially, what happened was like it was a Southwest flight, so it's like back in the day, it's like Southwest was like anybody could be on that flight.
Niggas!
Anybody. He said like anybody. He said we had. So officer, listen here. I've been on cops a couple times, so I'll tell you how this goes.
No, he didn't say that in real life.
Yeah, he did.
Oh my god.
No, that's not what really happened on the thing, but that's the bit was. It's like he like had this white guy who was like a country white guy. He's like, sir, I've been on cops one too many times. You might have seen me before, so I'll explain to you how it went down. So as you can see, this gentleman was running the plane, and this young Mexican fellow over here, he tripped him, and then I tried to catch him. That's why you see my handprints all over his shirt, and then he landed on that black man's shoe. That's why you see footprints all over his neck. So that's what happened. And that's why those dudes beat his ass. So that's essentially what would happen to you. He's like, officer.
You see, what had happened was
He tripped and fell and landed all over my shoe. That's why there are footprints all over his neck.
No, I wouldn't even make any fake excuses, man.
No, I know. You'd be very honest about it. You'd be like,
Have to be.
You'd be like, this is what happened. Like, I'm not a violent guy.
Because also, everybody's got cameras now.
Yeah.
So if you say some shit and they're like, that literally didn't happen, you'd be like,
You'd be like,
Oh.
mm.
That's why chokes over strikes, though.
There you go.
Like, I don't have the complexion
Mm.
to be throwing out a bunch. It's like, oh, at that point, he was subdued. I don't know why you continued.
So, officer, look at me. Do you see how? Do you see, I know these muscles on my body may look big, but they're still attached to a smaller body.
I'm slim thick. Look at that goddamn
There
thigh,
you
dog.
go. See, officer, you don't understand.
I'm having too much fun.
I wear slim jeans. I don't wear boot cut. I wear slim. Not skinny, but slim.
You know?
Yes.
I'm vulnerable out
It's
here.
different.
I'm like a muscular woman. Like, I'm so tiny. Like, motherfuckers, sometimes because I'm loud
Yeah.
and occasionally confident,
Mm-hmm.
people forget how small I am.
Yes. You ever had that happen to you before? Where
All the fucking time.
people are like, man, like you taller than that person right
And
there.
I'm like,
no.
no. I'm fucking tiny as fuck. It's in all my goddamn social media names. I am fucking itty bitty.
But then they're like, really? And they're like, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Really.
And then you sit next to that person. It's like, damn, you are. And it's like, yeah.
I told you that.
Yeah.
But since you know I'll beat your ass, since you know I can take your girlfriend, you imagine that I'm bigger than I am. That's not my fault. Get more charismatic.
There you go.
Like, I didn't do that to you.
Or just be meaner. Sometimes that works too.
Meaner?
Yeah. Just be mean or be mean.
I'm not mean.
I'm not saying you. I'm just saying. Just do that. I'm just telling
I'm kidding.
from personal experience.
No, mean people do seem big to most people
Yes.
because they're scared of them.
Yes.
See, like, mean people seem smaller to me.
Maybe not. All right. Let's rephrase that. Mean. Maybe have quicker comebacks. That's the other thing too.
You mean people should be capable of being mean.
Yes. Have the capacity.
Yes. And I completely agree with that shit. Like 100%.
Yeah. You should have the capacity.
Like I was just saying on the previous podcast, I want to increase the amount of havoc I could bring about in a real-time moment.
Yes.
And not because I fucking hate the world or because I fucking love it and I know I'm not strong enough to express it the right way yet. Because the more havoc I can fucking create, if I chose, the more discipline it will take not to, and the more love I will naturally extend because of my personality. I don't know if that's the path for everyone, but I know what jiu-jitsu has done for me. I know what wrestling did for me before jiu-jitsu. So imagine if I had more skills that were deadlier. I think I would just become more loving, more open. And there's probably other people out there that are wired like that. So, get stronger.
There you go.
Get the ability to do more mean shit so that you can smile at more people.
Yeah.
And with that,
No.
what?
I got weird stuff for you, man.
Oh, you have weird news?
Yeah, I got Bigfoot porn.
What?
So, Bigfoot porn has become a major controversy in the U.S. House race. Seriously.
Slow down. Bigfoot porn?
Yeah, not like the not big feet, but the dude, the hairy dude, the hairy gorilla.
Oh, no, this is normal. I know about this.
Oh, you know about this?
Yeah, so there are people who write this erotica about
Yes.
Bigfoot. They
Yes.
write it about werewolves. And women like her like it.
He's the one who wrote it, though.
That guy wrote it,
Yeah.
and she is who?
She is the she's a Democrat running against him. This Republican.
And they
woman.
found out that guy writes Bigfoot erotica.
She claims that he writes Bigfoot erotica, but basically he writes about a lot of big books about Bigfoot. And like there's this picture on his Instagram with this dude with a giant dick and it's Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like I think it's supposed to be the cover of his book, I think, or something like that. Cover art.
Why do they keep saying white nationalism, and what website is this?
because this is obviously this is Huffington Post.
Ah!
Yes, but listen, no.
Is he really a white supremacist?
He does support white supremacists. It's like he has like a guy
That's
there.
his gimmick.
That's not his gimmick, but there's a guy that's there with him. It's not like he's like, oh, I'm white supremacist.
See what? Look, there are pictures of me with people who other people would describe as white supremacists.
Okay.
For sure.
Right.
Who I know better.
Right.
I know they're not white supremacists.
Right.
But there are pictures of me with motherfuckers who are.
Yeah.
There's pictures of me with people who are black nationalists.
Yeah.
Lots of those pictures.
Yeah. But let's not nitpick over here. We're not talking about the white national president.
So, all right, I'm just saying, whenever I see them write, like, white
white
supremacist, I'm like, all right, like, is he really about that? Or, like, was he kicking it with somebody?
I don't know. All I know
It's hard
is
to say.
Cockburn is a great last name for this moment right in time.
If your name is Cockburn,
That's the lady's name.
the amount of hate that you would have, like, in your heart
Yes.
after having to deal with being called every name in the book from middle school on,
Yes. Cockburn and Riggleman.
neither one of those names are great.
Yeah, so I think there was just like reading that article and how like he has several books about like Bigfoot that he wrote. And he's running for the U.S. Senate House, and the best one was this one, which I thought was hilarious, which was this one. We all think Bigfoot is handsome.
Wait, now, are these real things?
I think they're
They're
real.
not real.
I think they are because like
So he writes gay Bigfoot erotica?
No, this is different though. This is somebody else. This is Chuck Tingle.
Okay.
And I think this guy is actually this might be his thing. I'm not 100% sure, but when I saw it,
I'm going to say that's a work. The butt files. Get out of here, dog. What are you talking about? It's not real.
come on.
Were you high when you looked at this?
No, this has happened just recently.
No, I don't buy that.
I like all of this.
But here's the thing.
Bigfoot's
That's a very common fantasy among uncommon fantasies for women.
I believe this.
It's very common.
Hairy dude fucks women.
Like, not even dude, like a monster. A monster with similar anatomy takes you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Shit, there's fucking different anatomy people. Like they got like octopi or tentacles, whatever it's called.
Yeah, but I think this is a very, very specific genre. The only overlaps would be things like werewolves, maybe even vampires.
I guess so.
The idea of a powerful but clearly male other. What?
I gotta move this on the screen. It's too much. It's just too much for me. The Curse of Bigfoot.
There's a lot of people that are into that shit.
That's not the. No,
I've seen an entire documentary about
I got
this
that,
fucking
but this is what I like the titles. The Curse of Bigfoot, Butt Camp. Seduced by Dr. Bigfoot.
Meanwhile, nigga, you thought that was real for a second.
I don't care. I want it to be real because it's so ridiculous.
No, I understand that.
It's so ridiculous.
Sometimes something is so fucking silly, you're like,
Please let it be real.
Please be real.
Oh.
I want to read erotica about twinks getting railed by
Oh my
Bigfoot
God.
at Cub Scout camp.
I just want there to be more. I just want to find more of these and just look at the titles. Like these are great. These are just great. Oh my.
Now, look,
Bigfoot pirates.
every
Pump
white
my
supremacist
balls.
can go fuck himself. But if you like to write Bigfoot erotica, more power to you. Just not white power.
I agree. Oh man, last one is how this guy. I think let me see what his name. I think it's uncle. I think it's like ex-cop Jacob or something like that. I don't. No, it's Jacob. So basically, what it is is that
Jacob and Sons.
how an ex-cop rigged McDonald's Monopoly game and stole millions.
Hell yes.
So yeah.
How did you do it?
So what happened was is that this dude was an ex-cop, and so I didn't get to read the whole article because it was fucking long as shit. But from what I got so far,
Son of a bitch.
is that this dude so what happened was that this dude comes in and is like, hey, like he's an ex-cop, he has all his connections to the underworld or whatever it is, because he said like he has like mafia and like drug cartel and stuff like that.
All the good people.
All the good people. So he has all his connections, and like so he like has his way to reach out to people, and he's like this. Like to your mobsters, networks, strip clubs, psychics, owners, and drug traffickers. Blah, blah.
Psychics. I love all the psychics. Mobsters, strip club owners, psychics, all the dregs.
All the dregs. So what he did was that he got a job working as the supervisor for like the security for McDonald's over the game pieces. And so his scam is that hey, either so there's two options the way it works for when you win the Monopoly, because you know how it works, right? Like how the pieces work is like you get 4 railroads, you get $1 million.
Okay.
And there's only like one
what if you get Park Place and Boardwalk?
I don't know. I think maybe it's like you get like a PT Cruiser or something like that, or
Okay.
something like that. I don't know. You get like a car. And so for the railroad one, like there's two ways you can collect the money. Either you get, I think it's like $50,000 checks, a $50,000 check a week for like maybe like 50 weeks or maybe like 40 weeks or whatever it is, and or you get a lump sum, tax deducted lump sum. And so what he would do was that either you would be like, hey, what it do like, so you want this piece, you gotta either give me your first winnings, like in your first check automatically if you want to give you this to you, or you gotta give me some money up front.
So what? He would cop the piece?
Yeah, he copped the piece. He would make it so he'd make it so that it'd be possible for him to find it. So he'd give him something that would work. They go there and buy something, and then like, oh, he's got it, because he knew where the because like the way it works is they specifically put the piece in a general area of the country. They know where the area is going to be, because there's only three pieces.
I understand.
3 pieces are common. There's that one piece that's like 1 million, one like whatever, and so he knows where that piece is going to be. So he kind of picks people in that general location. And they all have like all these people, like the common thing is that they all had some ties to this guy. So like when people would come in like, hey, we got the check for you, it wasn't them, it was the FBI fucking like set you up like, hey, what's up, let's do this check. And this dude comes in, he's like, yeah, I was on the beach one day asleep, and this magazine like rolled up on the shore. Oh no, I bought 2 magazines, and they had like this what is it, like the game piece in it, and I picked it up and I won, and I was like, yeah. And so, like, yeah.
And they're like, psych.
Psych, that's not what's happened. So, yeah. So, like, this dude was just out there, like, just hustling, making money, even though, like, and he was the first person that won. He was one of the first people that won. Because, like, there's a video of him. It's like, let's see, go back down here. It's like, let's see if I can find it. It's fucking long. There you go. No, it's not him. I thought it was Jacob. It's Jerry. It's somebody different. But these are, like.
No, what year did this actually happen?
It's been going on for a while, like, every year. Like, the investigation started in the 2000s. And then like 2001, 2002.
Are they continuing to do the game?
They still have the game. Like, so I'm pretty sure they still have it. Let's check. But I'm pretty sure they still have the game.
Because when I was a kid, that was my shit. I was like begging to go to McDonald's because of that game. That marketing shit worked like hook, line, and sinker on your boy.
All right, so they.
Like I was a kid, but I was definitely double digits. You feel me?
Right.
Like, I wasn't a tiny kid, but like. From the time I was like 10 to 16, I probably looked forward to that. I was like, oh shit, Monopoly.
Right. Let's see.
What pieces do you have? You always get like a free small fry and shit.
Right. So yeah, so they still do it. The last one was in 2017.
All right, we have to play Monopoly this year then.
Yeah, so we could do that.
Whenever the fuck they do it, we have to be like balls deep in it
Balls deep.
and see if we can interact with some more McDonald's smugglers.
I don't think so, dog. I think they got this shit down wrapped. They got that shit wrapped. They said that everybody's getting background checks, hard background checks. I'm sure, like you have to, like this
See,
dude.
but the illusion of the background check is another thing.
Right.
Because in the jiu-jitsu community, a bunch of shit is going down right now.
I wanted to bring that up the last time we talked about jiu-jitsu, but I was like, last time we talked about this, we kind of like, just,
Nah, fuck it.
all right.
Let's talk about it.
So everybody's getting mad about the pedophile dude that came in and was teaching like seminars with Pedro Sauer, I think it was. And Hickson.
I don't know exactly what his charges were, but I know that one of them was sexual assault 1.
Yeah.
Which is fucking horrific.
Right.
Right? And I don't know if these motherfuckers are covering or... I honestly think that sometimes Brazilian culture views this completely differently than American culture. There's no other explanation for the way these dudes treat it.
Right.
They're like, oh, word?
Can you still like, can you
look away?
Can you whoop ass? Yeah.
Oh, word, you did that? Look away. And so they always say shit like, we don't condone this.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't really take any action against these people unless the person at the top is American born. I swear to God.
Yeah.
And so it's, look, on a timeline, they're not going to have control. On a timeline, the Brazilians won't be this like, oh, like what does the Brazilian guy at the top think? It won't be a factor. Now, that being said, I actually really like Pedro Sauer. I've met him multiple times. He was kind and brilliant in my presence.
Right.
I've also seen a video where Pedro Sauer is walking through Greece with his daughter. Have you ever seen this?
No.
And some guy on the street grabs his daughter by the ass.
Whoa.
Pedro wrist locks that motherfucker. And he's like, he shoves him down. He goes, Malaka. Which is something like idiot or asshole, basically. And just walks on. I think in that beat, that might have been the right way to carry it and to handle it.
Yeah.
Because your daughter wasn't in grave danger, but she needs to know.
That's not okay.
Not only that that's not okay, but if something like that were to happen and you could intervene, that you would.
Yeah.
So she leaves that, even though experiencing trauma, perhaps feeling safer. Because she knows that as long as she's near this man, her father, that he will intervene.
Correct.
But there are other people who would have taken that dude down and called the authorities.
Right.
So do you take these kinds of things in a sense, and I'm not saying that he took it lightly, but do we, as a culture, do Brazilians in jiu-jitsu take that kind of thing lighter than Americans do? I think they do. I think they do.
I think they do, and then I think what happened was within this situation, I think after, because initially he said, that's fake news, fuck that shit, that's not true.
But, like, fake news in what sense?
That this, like, so basically, there was an original article by our great publication, BJJ EEE, saying that, you know, Pedro Sauer affiliates himself with, like, with this, and did a seminar with this, like, sexual predator or whatever, or sexual, whatever it is. What was the title called? Oh, I don't know, it got cut off, but basically, there was, like, a message, and somebody sent it to Pedro, and then
I know the guys who sent it to.
Yeah, and then he's like, fake news, shame on you, shame on these people who wrote this article without seeking the facts or contact me. And so then he says like, I highly respect this dude, he's been 40 years, blah blah blah. And then a few days later, he changes his tune and is like, hey, which should be new evidence.
He very well
yeah
could have not known.
Right.
And like when you meet a person and you have something in common, like jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
And we started training, and we're getting along on that level.
Yeah.
These things aren't gonna come up.
Right.
Like I don't slap hands. Be like, oh yeah, you wanna train a little bit? Wait. Before we train,
can I Google search you?
Have you ever been accused of any serious crimes?
No.
And then there's another question.
What?
The other question is if you have been accused of serious crimes, at what point do we let that shit go? Like, if you either serve your fucking time or aren't convicted, but if you're associated with a crime,
Yeah.
when do we let that go?
I don't think in our world we don't.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
That's fucking bullshit. Because then we should either execute every criminal who ever lived,
Yeah.
or we should do that shit that we say we do, which is forgive,
Mm-hmm.
given certain hoops that this motherfucker has jumped through.
Yeah.
If you don't want to jump through any hoops, you might not get forgiven.
Yes.
But if you do your fucking time, or if you're proven not guilty,
Right.
which is the only thing you can be proven. Does that make sense?
Yes.
You cannot be proven innocent. That
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Yes.
But you can be proven not guilty. If you are proven not guilty, rules of the game are move on with life.
Yeah.
And I think there's a lot of people who don't want to fucking accept that. I'm not one of those.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those. Are there people who have given me money and spent time with me to do jujitsu who are convicted felons?
Yes.
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 Yes. Are there people who I hang out with that are currently in the life? Yes. Are there people who I love that are in law enforcement? Yes.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying that people don't want to fuck with the gray. They
Yeah.
want to fucking hang everybody or exalt everybody.
It's too hard.
Most of us live in the gray.
It's too hard.
Most of us live in the gray. And we should have respect for that gray. There's always gray.
You're doing too much, Darren. Come on. It's introspection that people don't want to do.
But this particular dude, I don't know.
Right.
I don't know him.
Right.
I don't know if he was acquitted. I don't know if he was convicted and served his time.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know if he was rehabilitated from whatever made him put himself in a position where he could be accused of things that he either did or didn't do. I don't know. But frankly,
Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. He was
What?
he was convicted. He was a convicted serial sex offender.
I can't fuck with you. I can't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Do I hope that you find a life that satisfies yourself and the people who truly love you? Yes. Do I want you near me or mine? No. No, I don't. The second I know that about you, I'm not going to risk it. But it's only about risk.
Right.
It's not even really about you.
Yeah. It's about.
I'm just playing the numbers.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you gotta die, you don't deserve to blah, blah, blah. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do over there.
Yeah. Away from. my
Away
stuff.
from me.
Yeah.
Away from mine.
Yeah.
And as long as you're giving full disclosure, if someone accepts you,
That's their problem.
but they have to monitor it.
Right.
They have to accept responsibility that they knew that about you
Yeah.
and that they hired you anyway based on the merit of your skills and their belief that you are rehabilitated.
Right.
If you're going to hire a motherfucker knowing everything,
Mm-hmm.
then you got to take responsibility for anything that happens.
Right.
But if you don't know everything,
Yeah. That's different.
well, the only thing that's truly different is that you didn't do your due diligence.
Right.
You should have fucking looked into shit. But that's the benefit of having no employees.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the only fucking demon
Yep.
that I have to know about.
There you go.
I don't have to be like, oh, are you a demon? I know my demonic tendencies.
Yeah.
And I know what they're not.
Yeah.
And I know that when your child is on the mat with me, they're safe.
Right.
And the parents are there when I'm teaching.
Right.
Like when I teach a class,
You prefer they're there.
it makes it easier.
Yeah.
It makes it so there's no way there's any misunderstandings.
Yeah.
Like, oh, my kid said you were mean to him today. Well, you were sitting there.
Yeah. So you should have said something then and there. Yeah.
He said you made him do push-ups and yelled at him. Well, you were sitting there.
Once again.
So, like, those things don't happen because I protect myself against that. But, man, that's different.
Yeah. It's tough.
It's one of those, there's only a couple crimes, man, that, like, I just don't feel like like weak people are safe around you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And once you become more capable of violence than others, there's a greater responsibility that comes with that. And if you can't live up to that, you can't be around me.
Yeah.
So fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy. In the culture of jiu-jitsu,
Yeah.
I don't think there's a space for him. But
in
life, I hope he finds a job that he can support himself. I hope that he doesn't do any damage to other people. I hope he contributes to the lives of the people who choose to love him.
Yeah.
And that shouldn't be a radical statement. That shouldn't be like Darren has empathy for sexual assault. Like,
no, I just have empathy.
Everybody's a fucking person, man.
Yeah, people. People are people.
Everybody's a fucking person. But when you know that you're a dangerous person, you have to start accepting the fact that they're going to put walls around you, whether they're physical or not. You fucked up. Live with it. That's your bed. That's your bed. I welcome my bed. I sleep in the bed that I made for myself every motherfucking night. And so should this cunt.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Yes. I just don't like, the one thing I don't like is when people are like, hey, Hickson, I lost respect for you. I'm like, hey, man, I get it. It's like you made a mistake, and he didn't know, and he didn't do his job.
Well, I mean, why exactly do you have respect for him? Let's start there. When they say, oh, Hickson, I lost respect for you. Based on what? Because you only respect him
for jiu-jitsu.
For jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
For the technique.
It's not like he's like Gandhi.
For the philosophies behind what he's doing that are different than everyone else's.
Right.
That's why you respect him. It's all mat-based respect.
He's my hero.
But when you start doing that weird shit and making him your fucking hero, well, if he lets you down, then fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, he's a person.
You put a human being on a pedestal and no human being belongs on one. And so when they disappoint you and you go, what are you, 7?
Yes. In the jiu-jitsu world, yes. A lot of us are 7.
What the fuck?
Yes, because this is...
He's just some guy. You also think that he's special.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, Hickson can do that, but I can't. What the fuck? Put the time in. Put deliberate work into the exact skill that you're looking at and being envious of, and all of a sudden it's your skill too. Oh, man, you can't break his posture. Pelvic rotation, hooker. It's not magic. The fuck? But still, people need that. Like, the coolest part of jiu-jitsu is that the mat has been described by many as a built-in bullshit detector. That, like, the mat doesn't lie. But if you really need a lie, you can find it anyway, can't you?
Yes.
If you need a hero, you can find it anyway, can't you? If you need a hero, you should be looking inward and creating one. Instead of looking outward for someone to emulate. You know what to emulate. The best part of you. There's nothing to fucking do with anybody else. None of these cunts should be telling you what to do. But he's the best. Like, who cares? Who fucking cares? There are people who studied under that guy who speak English as a first language. Maybe you should fuck with them anyway. Maybe you don't need to fuck with this guy. I'm just saying. Like, I'm over that hero worship bullshit. And that's why people get disappointed. Oh, but why do you fucking care what he did? Why do you fucking care? Worry about yourself. Protect those around you. You see something going weird in the world of jiu-jitsu? Make sure that shit doesn't happen around you. Calling it out, and I don't know if that really fucking helps anything. But when you notice some weird shit, be like, what could I do to make sure that weird shit doesn't impact the people that I interact with, the people that I fucking love? Out here pointing fingers. Pointing fingers is very fucking similar to keeping up with the Joneses. It's a very similar thread in us. Outside concerns. I'm off that.
But I want to keep the jiu-jitsu culture safe.
Fuck your culture.
Come on, we are family. What are you talking about?
Come on, bro.
Come on, bro. Fred, come on. We family.
Go fuck yourself.
We family.
Oh, yeah?
We go to church together.
Oh, yeah?
We hang out later. Barbecue and all that jazz.
Yeah, I remember that. Now all those people that said they were my family are somewhere else.
Yeah. I mean,
So forgive me if I'm not big on your jiu-jitsu family.
yeah, we only family if you have cash. No credit.
Or unless something bad happens.
Yeah, you know. You hurt yourself? Oh, you know, we fundraiser. Take 10%. Just give me off the top.
Let me get 10 off the top. Whatever happens after this, my friend.
Yeah, my friend, come on. Come on, guy. 10%. It's not a big deal.
Or 20.
20
is what I heard.
20%.
When motherfuckers are trying to book me for seminars.
20%.
And they're like, oh, we got to give 20 to daddy.
20%. That's like expensive.
But what the fuck is daddy doing on that day? When I'm teaching this shit.
Daddy keep the lights on. Daddy put a name on the door. Don't you know?
When I'm teaching shit that daddy never taught me. And your daddy ain't my daddy.
Yeah.
So why does he get 20% of my work? Fuck out of here.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Anthony?
Rolling end music and end credits. Right, now go. Now where are you gonna now go with it? Now go with it.
Goodbye, Internet. XOXO.